Well, here we are at the Dragon House.
Woo!
Over
Back
here,
at the Dragon House.
Riverside, California, enjoying a beautiful morning of perfect weather after some rad e-skate action at the Apex Speedway racetrack. We were not only at the racetrack, but we were adventure riding down on the Back Bay speed trails.
Yeah, we were adventure riding.
I went swimming.
I went swimming too for dirt.
Yeah, we made some memories, that's for sure. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. So first of all, what surprised you the most about the board once you were at speed?
Let's see, definitely the stability was there. Wasn't expecting anything else, but what surprised me the most wasn't when I was at speed, but it was when I was coming out of it, going into the corners or going into it, coming out of the corners, going into the corners. So the way it carried the speed or took care of the speed going into the corners was what surprised me the most. I got to use more braking than I've ever used going into the corners, because usually I don't brake going into the corners. So I got to use more braking. So it wasn't the speed, it was the control of the speed and how you were able to manage the speed, how I was able to manage the speed. In and out of the corners, yeah, mostly, yeah.
Man, for me, I gotta tell you, the question was, what surprised you the most? What surprised me the most the first time I stepped on it was that I was thinking like, oh no, this is intimidating. But once I got on it and I spread my feet out from the front to the back of the board, I immediately felt locked in. I was like, I have found my stance.
Yeah.
Immediately, the intimidation factor was gone. It just overcome by my confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence builder. When you get locked in at a low center of gravity, it changes everything.
Once you commit to the turn, all you got to do is hold it. Like the board will do it. So. Yeah, the confidence is definitely there.
Stability. Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Stability and control was there.
At speed, we're talking about the 40-mile-an-hour speed barrier.
Mid-40s even.
Yeah.
I've heard pro skaters, Mario himself say that there's something special that happens after you hit 40 miles per hour. And to be able to bust through that with this board, that's what surprises me the most. It still holds. It's still underneath you.
Oh yeah,
just the way we want it to be, so it's not going to be this terrifying experience. It's surprising to see that it's a comfortable experience.
Yeah, I'm carving at 40
100%.
plus miles per hour down the straightaway. You can see the video. I'm carving at 43 point whatever miles per hour. So yeah, the comfortableness is there, the control is there, going in and out of the speed is there. Yeah, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's comfortable at speed.
Excellent. All right, next question. At what moment did you stop thinking about the board and start trusting it?
Oh, like right away.
Yeah,
right away.
Well, that's just the moment you step on it.
I don't know that I never trusted it.
Yeah.
It's solid to begin with.
To be able to, I noticed, to be able to get out of my head, to set the worry aside of speed wobble, I was able to push this thing full throttle all the way down the straightaway and trust it. That's a victory. I think.
Once you get it dialed in, bushings and bushing tension wise, that, and obviously having your wheels got to be straight, all that kind of good stuff. But once you get your bushings dialed in, that's the end of speed wobbles.
Yeah,
in my experience.
This board, I believe what it does is it earns your trust. You know what I mean? Once you get it to be able to be dialed in and with the right tension on the bushings, like you were saying, with the right ability to be able to give it more and succeed without any kind of wobble or tricky surprise, that's what it does. It takes the surprises away, so it earns your trust. That's what I found. You agree?
Yeah,
Agreed.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I didn't have any speed wobbles. My board, I came blessed into this situation because I had already set up the trucks to my style and weight. The bushing setup was all just right. I took months to get it right. So when I stepped on the track, it really showed that first day. The confidence was there, and my control and ability was there. The speed was not an issue. You know, I never got any speed wobbles. It was just a real comfortable ride, real comfortable board. But that didn't happen overnight. You know, I took it bushing by bushing, turn by turn, and each bushing by bushing, you get better and better, and like, okay, I understand what the board can and can't do, more and more. And it's all about what you're ready for until you get those racing bushings in, those last ones, and you get everything dialed for your weight.
Even at its worst, it still have been the fastest I've ever gone on a board.
Exactly. Yeah. Even with
my worst setup.
With my worst
it was
setup.
Still the fastest I ever went.
It
just gets faster and faster the more I dial it in.
Those worst setups wasn't even worse. Like, I really want to go back to my white and green bushings. I missed that
They're
board.
soft.
I missed that fun.
But maybe
loving.
not. That's maybe not best for the track.
It's not best for the track. It is not best for the track.
We got to tune it for the track, right? We want to have, if it's a tight track.
He's talking. It feels so good to just have a loose.
So good to have this thing loose.
You just float, but that's for the street.
Yeah.
So maybe a person might need a street dragon and a track dragon.
Well, you know what's good about these?
Could be that.
Every board that we sell, they're gonna have 3 different rubber density bushings options. So there's a soft, a medium, and a hard.
Comes stock with those?
And it comes stock with 4 of all of those. So you can
That's smart.
fully adjust it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Because you want to switch back and forth. Exploring it is fun.
It helped me.
And you need that. But there's some sweet spots at the lower. I'm telling you, the green and the white are now what is it, the green and red.
The red ones look sweet.
Yeah,
too.
the red ones do look sweet.
I'm not gonna take my white ones off just because they're white, but the red ones do look cool.
Yeah, the white is the new red. The red is the new white.
Yeah, the default. As they come assembled, we're gonna have the red medium density bushing in the front and the
orange in the back.
Stiff density bushings in the back by default.
Bam.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
That's gonna be
that's a race board out the box.
A good starting point for adults, especially, to be able to go and race on pretty much any surface.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get really, really tight track, like an indoor concrete track, you can soften up the bushings. But this is a good place to start there with the red in the front and the orange in the rear.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so people be able to run it right out of the box.
I agree. I'm running orange in the front and orange in the rear.
Because you big.
Yeah, you got orange in the front.
Yeah.
You got weight.
Yeah, I got a lot of weight with me, and I'm real aggressive, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, us bigger guys, we tend to want to have stiffer bushings.
Yeah, and I still try and keep them as loose as possible, but that initial durometer of hardness is what you need to focus on before you start floating.
Yeah, bushings matter.
Yeah.
Bushings matter.
All right, next question. So, how did the board behave under stress? Hard acceleration, braking, carving, and uneven terrain. You want to go first?
I haven't had a single problem on any of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, boring answer. It just had a lot of control.
I mean, the track that we rode this weekend, it was perfectly smooth.
It wasn't. It was dust areas. In fact, there was a couple of dust areas or rubber areas where we were slipping out. And everybody was, the motorcycles, the go-karts, the skateboards, we were all slipping out there. But even in the slippage, I still had control. I never fell. And this is, coming in at full speed. So you understood what the track type of grip you had. It was more the board if you could.
These things make it. These are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I noticed when the limit is exceeded, the front might slip out a little bit, or the back might slip out a little bit if you're going in too hard and you have too much brake, or if you're on the throttle too early and the front wants to push out. If that happens under those extreme stress circumstances, it's able to be saved. It's not gonna.
It doesn't feel like
It's
you're
not
going to
gonna-
wipe out because
Exactly.
the length of the board is so stable
Yeah.
that you can go, okay, look, I'm slipping out a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me hang on to this.
Yeah.
Maybe let off the throttle a little.
Yeah, maybe give it a little more
And then
throttle and help it around.
and as soon as
Yeah.
you stop slipping, you're right back in the game again, you know?
That's how we improve, by being able to reel it back in after we exceed it, and then
Let's go.
next time you come at it, you're that much more able to have the performance be increased and the lap times reduced, and a lot of it has to do with the trucks too, because man, these trucks,
I think everything has
to be
do
able to self-correct the way they
the
do
trucks.
and help people out of situations where it's high stress and the limits exceeded is, I think that's such a confidence builder.
It's a confidence builder, and it's what sets this board, these trucks, this system apart from a lot of other boards and trucks and systems. It's not just a confidence booster. It's almost like an ability booster. You know what I mean? It increases your ability. It's kind of like the phrase, you know, you got a big enough lever, you can move the world. So with a board of this size, you really start moving forces that you weren't moving before. You're able to deal with gravity forces that you weren't able to deal with before. I know on a smaller board, I always felt like, man, if I just had some place to plant my feet, and I would always find my feet like over the trucks or over where the drop
Standing
down
on the
deck.
wheel.
Yeah, standing on the wheel and stuff. And it was like, oh, now I got a board that I can finally stretch out on and really move around on.
Yeah, you don't have that problem with this
I
board.
do not have that problem.
The wheels are out of the way.
Way out of
Yeah, they're not. Even if you got big feet, you still can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ability to be able to reel in something when it goes sideways is significantly increased with the longer deck. I agree.
Yeah, because for one, all the forces, and then like you just said, on a shorter deck, your feet, because of where the wheels are, your feet would still be hitting the wheels, but these wheels are literally extended off the deck.
The trucks.
The
do
trucks
that.
are, yeah. Most wheels would have their trucks right here starting, but and the wheels wouldn't be out from underneath that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the axles are extended.
The axles are extended. So that alone, if just without all the fancy linkage and bearings and all, if you just had a regular old truck system, and they offer it, you know, truck extenders, deck extenders and all,
Yeah.
you can avoid that. So this offers one of the most key features that I've always needed in a board, simply out of design. This gives you one of the best key features that you can add to a board to get more stability.
Yeah, and it's so nice, convenient to be able to raise and lower the height of the deck, because with the higher deck, we can go on the streets and pop around curbs and
Speed bumps.
and the bumps. But when we lower it, we can have that super high performance with the roll center right down the center of the feet. The top of the deck is at the roll center, so the deck actually tilts left and right rather than rolls over the top of a radius. So with it lower, we actually tilt around a central axis, which is very, feels great underneath the foot and predictable, especially on a road race track. All right, next question. How did riding with the team change your limits compared to riding alone?
Oh, you ride faster. Where everybody's pushing each other,
Yeah.
chasing each other, running from each other.
And-
You can't get that by yourself.
And you see the mistakes that the other person are making, like somebody in front of you, like, you know, and you can come up to them
It's
afterwards
good
and say,
to
hey.
not be the fastest person that you're riding with.
Yeah.
It's good.
True.
When you got somebody a little faster, a little that can challenge you a little bit, you're getting better.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, for me, it was an honor to be able to ride with Logan because he is
Yeah.
so gifted.
Yeah.
Fast.
He and I, we actually took a walk up into the Crow's Nest at Apex Racetrack, and I asked him, okay, where, you telling me you're going full throttle and around this track a lot? I want to know, tell me exactly where and when, and from when to when. And he said, okay, from here to here, here to here. And you know what I did the next time out?
Follow those spots.
I trusted his advice, and I was full throttle coming out of the straightaway, all the way to the end. It was like, oh, that, you know how amazing it feels to be on one of these at full throttle at 40, 47 miles an hour the whole straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
I think we all pretty much did that this week. We definitely all accomplished pinning it.
Yeah.
That's not something a lot of people do on any board.
with these big 16S batteries and the 3300 watt, 4500 watt motors and 5500 watt motors at full throttle. Oh man, it really accelerates hard. So it was
Pretty incredible.
yeah, and to be able to work with, to be able to learn from you guys and Logan, that team spirit really levels us up. It was. I recommend everybody get themselves a good crew of riders, and you can all just enjoy it.
You'll get better.
Yeah.
You'll get better quick.
Yeah, like I said, it's nice to be able to come up to somebody and say, hey, I was behind you, I saw the mistake you made. Do this, follow this line, correction here, you might work for you.
For sure. All right, next question. Who is this board actually for, and who is it not for?
Oh, who's it not for is a tough one.
It's not for anybody looking for a good time.
I mean, if you have legs, I don't know who it's not for.
Yeah, if you're against legs and good times, this is not the board for you. But if you've got legs,
if you hate fun, this is not for you.
If you're interested in a good time and you got a nice set of legs, this is the board. Do some deep knee bends, get your stamina up, get your stance stretch. Stretch.
I don't know. I rode it yesterday on my butt, and I realized your butt cheeks fit in there perfectly, bro.
Yeah.
It's like built for it.
Yeah.
You know what comes to mind for me is anybody that likes to feel the thrill of speed, anybody who likes to go fast,
they would love this.
Any kind of
or if you don't like to go fast and you just if you're a soul surfer and you just like to carve around, this will do that for you.
You can have so much.
There are modes.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go fast, go to eco mode.
Yeah, start off.
It just cruises. It's smooth.
Keep
Most
the loose
wonderful
bushings.
experience.
If you don't plan on going over 25, keep the loose bushings in. You will enjoy
like you're on the water.
Oh my God, this thing feels so smooth. You feel like you're moving heaven and earth. The way it just glides from left to right, back and forth. So much.
I don't know who this board is not for. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
That would be very hard.
Yeah, we could answer easier. Who's this board?
Who's it for? It's for everybody.
Who's it not for? Idiots.
I don't know. Maybe dwarves might not.
Boring dwarves.
But there's a shorter one.
If somebody,
they can put the dwarves on the shorter one.
If you really have a mindset of, I just want to be safe and do what's secure and stay inside my comfort zone.
Right.
This is probably not going to be something that you're attracted to. But if you like the thrill of discovery, the thrill of pushing, finding the limits. If you like the thrill of outdoors, like to get outside and really have fun, this is a fit. This is the sport.
I came off of a broken leg onto this board, and it wasn't like, oh no, I have a broken leg, I'm gonna break it again. No, you don't get that from this. I got a stack of boards that do that.
That wobble.
They're dangerous, man.
It's sudden onset wobble that just sends you Superman.
Skateboard trucks, like traditional skateboard trucks and bearings, were not designed to do what we do with these. So we can't keep using the old-fashioned technology.
We're going way faster, and we're on heavy acceleration, and we're on heavy brake.
Big battery.
You need to have a completely different, specialized setup for a board that can handle the acceleration, braking, and high speed like we want to
Pivot trucks is the answer to that. Yeah,
These pivot shaft trucks, absolutely.
that's the answer.
We solved the complicated engineering puzzle of how to have the trucks respond. With all those bearings inside there, it's precise and it's under control with these large diameter bushings with variable densities.
Again, though, this board is adaptable. You know, it's because this version is raised, so you got your street riding. Then this deck is lowered, so you've got your racetrack riding. And then, you know, you got the other versions, that's the all-terrain version that's coming where the deck is raised up. So this board is very adaptable. You don't have boards that go, the best you can get is a 2-in-1. This is so far like a 5-in-1 or 4-in-1 because, you know, it's street track and all-terrain coming.
That's just so far.
Yeah, that's just so far. So, you know, yes, it's a great race board.
But it could be so much more.
It's so much more. It's a platform. It's like the Legos of skateboards. You know, what do you want to build?
Yeah, that's a good point, Neva, because we have 4 fundamental different models of the SE1 Dragon that we have being produced. 2 of them are soon to be released, but we got the mini Dragon with the smaller size motors and the battery with a little less high torque. So we have pro racers that prefer the Dragon because it's really smooth and predictable. You full throttle it, it's going to be a gradual, controllable, smooth acceleration. And we have the full-size SE1 Dragon, which has the bigger motors and the bigger battery, which just makes the acceleration out of the corner kind of wild. But some of us like that. So we have the 4,500 watt motors and the 16S battery in the Dragon, and both of these mini Dragon and full-size Dragon boards, they come in both standard length deck and extra long deck. So the different length decks are available to all the different model boards. We have the 4x4 version coming with the extra high ride height.
The fenders.
The top mount battery box.
Yeah. That one's going to be mostly produced in the standard length because you can put bindings on there and take it into off-road.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a fun one to ride. And then we have the larger diameter tires with the off-road treads.
Yeah, it's like this is an erector set of electric skateboards. It's like a DIY
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife DIY. E-skate, Swiss Army knife DIY. We're like, yeah, what do you need? This board will give it to you.
Yeah, it's all upgradable, so we can
Highly
start off with
upgradable.
one and then add the parts to make it the next.
Yeah.
And then we have the SE1 Pro Dragon, all-wheel drive, extra long deck or standard length. All-wheel drive with the big 5,500 watt motors, 63-100 motors, and the 16S battery, 200 amp. That one is going to be the one all you pro riders are going to want to get your hands on as quickly as possible, because with these trucks and that kind of power, it's going to be such a breath of fresh air to be able to hit those corners and to have full predictability from diving it in to accelerating out. No need to put your hand down, just lean into it and trust it, one step at a time, right to the finish line. That's all I have. Anything else you want to add, Anthony?
Woo! Let's go, Dragons!
Yep.
Well, I'd like to say that this week has taught me a lot about the resilience of this company, of the Dragon race team, of the people that were here. We faced a lot. You know, we fell. We got to car accidents from the back.
We worked on boards.
We worked on boards, you know. What I thought was going to be just a couple of tie rods replaced ended up being full open heart surgery, ESCs, motors. I think the only thing that wasn't replaced was the battery in the deck. So, you know, my board is fast now. And, you know, watching Logan go around, following his line, watching Anthony go around, following his line, Tori go around, following her line, riding with Tom, following his line. You know, I learned a lot about everybody's style. And, you know, I'll definitely be taking that with me.
Yeah.
You know, definitely be just, that'd be the footage that's running on loop in my head the most from this trip, you know.
Let's
just
go.
be like, oh yeah, I remember when Anthony made this move, or I remember when Logan made that move, I remember when Tori finally made this move. You know, so that'll be playing over and over. But the resilience that we all have just to make this weekend happen. Like you said, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of moving parts, and to be sitting here in this beautiful California sun with orange trees and lemon trees right behind me during the middle of the worst century of the storm.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So I just thank God for every day we get to wake up and do what we love doing, e-skating, because everybody doesn't get to do that. And this is not by chance or accident, and I do not let this gift horse in the mouth.
Absolutely not. We're blessed.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I want to say is that this sport of e-skate, the whole hobby of it, the whole racing aspect of it, it's ready to grow.
Talk time. Go ahead, keep you cooking. Go ahead.
Let's go.
We have production boards coming, fully assembled, ready to go out of the box to be taken straight to the track.
Straight to the track.
That's pretty rare.
That right there, the opportunity to get on the track with a board, ready to ride, is now at our fingertips. So if you ever dreamed of racing, getting into racing without breaking the bank, this is a sport for you.
You can do this.
Because we don't have to spend $50,000 on a NASCAR to get into this sport. We don't have to spend $100,000 on a Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
We can get into this for
a relatively good date with your wife.
Yeah.
A good date, not dinner and a movie. I'm talking about a good
your
date.
wife.
A relatively good, just for one good date with your wife, you can have a race board.
Yeah, and these boards will last for years. One battery is rated for what, 5,000 charges?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, you can keep the battery
Man,
going.
so I only get to do this 4,999 more
right?
times?
I know.
That's it?
When you put that number on it, you're like,
Now I'm starting to worry.
yeah.
So the whole sport is now just opened up to be able to get a best of the best street board and a best of the best race board all in one. So I think this whole sport's gonna have the technology behind it to really take off, and that's what we're
Little
about.
injection.
We want to
Little
contribute.
dragon injection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We want to contribute to the whole entire sport of e-skate with our products that we are producing.
It already is
releasing soon.
contributing. Look at these things. Oh my gosh. Just sitting there.
Yeah.
They made e-skate look better.
All right, just one final thing. Look into the camera over there, and give me your best. E-skate forever.
Let's
Skateboards
go!
Electric, LFG, let's
SE1
go.
Dragons!
Dragon
Get you
team.
one!
Thank you all. It's a wrap.